Not your... I mean, Darwin, you know.
I think it's out of him and Churchill for my favourite Englishman.
But why? Why? What's he done, really? Churchill's fine. You know, if it weren't for him, I'd be speaking German. I've said it before. But Darwin, I'd still be here. It doesn't change anything. If nobody had said that before, and they said it today, you'd probably go, look at him, what an idiot Darwin is. He's saying that we came from apes.
No, I wouldn't, because I'd look at the evidence.
No, you wouldn't. Everybody slagged him off back then. He said at one point that he wishes he kept his mouth shut. He said, oh, I wish I hadn't said it. He said, there's certain things you think and you shouldn't say it out loud because people have a go at you.
I mean, that's a feeling you must have daily.
I've done that. I've put stuff in my books and I've gone, oh, that's it now, that's there forever.
Like what?
The theory about the brain, about how it came about.
Well, what was that theory?
I did, just had a thought, just like Darwin did. He sort of, you know, looked at the evidence and thought, how can this have happened?
Right.
He went the animal route. I went the route of, it could have been, you know, the brain could have been from another planet.
Okay, absolute bollocks then, so you
The
didn't
brain
have
could have been from another planet.
There you go, you're jumping in,
What, so an alien gave it to us?
Well, the brain is the alien. So our brains are the aliens on this planet.
What difference does that make? How is that a theory? So what did we, how did we evolve before the alien came down? We were just walking around bumping into shit while we going, I need a brain! I wish I had a
It would
brain!
have been like that. We would have been like a chimp. The chimps were still involved.
Well, they've
in
got brains.
They're not as brainy as us, are they? There's a planet with a load of brains on it.
Oh,
Just brains.
They're floating around.
so no gravity.
There's no gravity.
Why don't they just float off completely then? Why are they on a planet?
Because it's like one of them balloons, a helium balloon. They only go so high. And then
Right.
it stops. There's a limit. So they're all floating about
This
like
seems
that.
like unnecessary information. The key thing is there's
Oh.
brains floating around.
But how are they surviving on this planet, Carl? I'm just testing your theory.
Right, what are you worried about? What do you mean surviving? What do
Well-
they need? It's a brain.
What do you mean? The brain needs all the things that all life needs. Oxygen. It's got no atmosphere. It's dead straight away. I don't know where it came from. So that's it. It needs water. It needs
Hang on a minute. It's
nutrients.
not everything's
it
like
needs
that.
energy.
It's not everything's like that.
Well, it is. The brain is like that.
So anyway, this
So that falls
is
down
the
already.
theory. Pretend I'm giving. I'm at.
What? I mean, hubba. It's like talking to fucking Clunk.
His brain's floating off again.
You'd be better off with a helium balloon in
I'm
your
at a
head.
university.
Right.
Let him do his lecture and then you can ask questions at the end.
Okay.
Right. Welcome everyone. I'm here to talk about how the brain came about. Thanks for having me.
Thanks, Professor Pilkington.
Right.
Thanks.
This is what I propose. I'm not going to go on long-winded about it. I want to jump to the meat of it.
Right.
Darwin said the brain evolved. That's fine. Let him have his say. Right?
Right.
We all know his story. Let's not harp on about what he said.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is, they could have been, and they may still be, a planet with just brains on it.
Right? Yes.
Right, now that's good that you're laughing, because I'd say, right, I've got them now, they're on my side, they're all listening to me, they're sick of scientists coming in with all big long words and
Facts.
stuff. Right, so there's a planet with the brains
Proof.
on. Now, they did alright for a while. They were up there. All they were doing all day is thinking. They had nothing else to do.
Sure.
Right.
They did a lot of thinking.
Floating around bumping into each other?
But there's only so far you can go with thinking.
Yep.
So then,
Amazing quote.
they thought about how to get to this planet. They worked it
What
out.
planet?
A few of them. Earth.
Can I just ask one question?
It lands.
How
no,
could
not
they
yet.
see? How could they
They're
see?
Not, don't worry about that yet.
No eyes.
Things happen. Well, there's moths without eyes.
Yeah, but
They get on fine.
But they don't think of other planets.
So the brain comes to planet Earth. When it
Jesus.
gets there,
Yeah.
thud, lands on the floor.
Right. Because of gravity.
Yeah. The brain ended up getting on the floor
Yeah.
into the monkey's head. And from
did it
there,
get into
that's
that?
when it's evolved. Well, we
Okay.
don't know. There's a lot of things we don't know.
Well, yeah, but I've got to ask you questions, right? I can start one. Where did the brain? How did the brain come about on this planet? How did that evolve? Where did that come from?
Why is it that you accept that it could evolve on another planet, but not on this planet? Why is it? Why are you happy
That's
that
my
it evolved
point.
on another planet, but then it had to make its way
Well, maybe some
through
have.
space?
But what I'm saying is the brainier ones might be from another planet.
Well, why?
Because there's no, it doesn't make sense. Your Darwins, Churchills maybe,
Right.
or your Shakespeare's.
They've got alien brains.
They could have. They could have. The brighter
No, they-
people
what-
who you just go, I don't know how he ever thought of that. The people who have said things about, you know, we're talking about DNA. There's no
Right.
way that human brain would have ever come up with that.
It did.
No, but it just makes you wonder how they did.
Well,
Stephen Hawking, you see, that's almost like it's not his body. It's like this brain's come from somewhere, this, magnificent brain.
Right.
And it's just overpowered the rest of the body to the point that there's no energy for that rest of the body to do anything. And it just sits there with the brain throbbing, thinking of stuff. Not even worrying about this planet anymore, going on about the universe. Whoa, Stephen, come back. I'm not Stephen. I'm just the brain. And that's how I look at him. I can't imagine, and I'm not disrespecting the man, but I can't see a human being that intelligent.
And can I just remind you that Darwin's Theory of Evolution is available in the same bookshops as Karl Pilkington's book, which expands on this theory. That is democracy at work.
When brain come from planet Earth thud, creeping monkey. So please download the Ricky Gervais Guide to the English at iTunes, and of course our back catalogue. Yeah, and a big thank you to Positive Internet. Those guys make these little free podcasts possible.
Good guys.
So, thanks. That's goodbye from me, Ricky Gervais, Stephen Merchant.
Goodbye.
And the little round-headed, shaven, alien-brained chimp that is Karl Pilkington.
Right.